Hey there, gamers all around. Welcome. And here I get into niche. And here I'm just trying to see which genders are which ones have their fertile gene. And then I go into mutations. I try to help out survivability. I try to look into the genes, see what I need to take care of. I see the blind eyes in the male's genes, so I try to click on the eyes mutation, so that way hopefully their offspring won't, suffer. And then this is when I come into the genes of the female that I was hoping that I could mate with. I was hoping I could mate with is Curry? I think that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know. But I look into her genes and I see that she's infertile. And then I was staring at that for a good, 2 minutes, maybe 2 seconds, maybe a little less. And then I'm like, no, this isn't, you're infertile. I can't mate with you. So then I go back to the younger female and then I try throwing in some mutations, as you see right now. Try thinking of, I want bat wings because I think that would help me in my game with flying faster, getting to places faster. So I select bat wings because I'm thinking I'm on an island that's on a whale right now. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so maybe getting around quicker would be easier if I had the bat wings, if I could fly everywhere. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go fly everywhere. So I select the bat wings. And then here I kind of just try to figure out what I want to do with the infertile female. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of the names in this game because some of the names like some of the names Dirk, easy to pronounce. Other names I don't even know how to pronounce it. Forgive me, because names do add character. And then this is Dirk's last day, as I found out that's his last day. So I try to get them to mate like ASAP, and I check to make sure they have mutations, because mutations is a thing that I usually tend to forget in this type of game, especially in this game. Mating did not succeed with Dirk. So I was stuck with trying to go out there and look for another male. Since then I have 2 females, and females, they can't mate with each other. In nature they can't mate with each other. There's just 2 females. But anyways, as I was saying about before, do apologize for not pronouncing the names or pronouncing them correctly, because names of any game, they do add character. So I apologize for not pronouncing the names correctly, or even trying or attempting to. Here I am looking around looking for a stump. I moved the mouse over to the stump. As I was trying to be like, okay, so where do I need to go to call for other wild animals? And then I see the stump, and then I'm like, okay, so I need to get to higher ground to be able to call for wild creatures. And I'm collecting food because my tribe needs food, and I move the grass, or I collect grass, or I remove the grass, trying to find some nesting materials. And then I try to collect some food. So I try to clear the grass area so no bears would come over. Bear is short for bearina. I know how to pronounce that. I usually call the bearinas bears. And then I find a male right by the berry bush. But of course, he can't mate with her because she's infertile. And I forgot about that because I was clicking on that. You saw me, I hovered over the heart. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm infertile. So then I saw that he was a male and that he had a lean body. And then I looked into the genes to make sure there's nothing in there that I had to get rid of. Then I saw the normal fertility, and then I remember I didn't unlock the the high fertility because I hadn't survived in this game file, for 100 days yet. So then I went to the genes to make sure there was enough to see what else he had. I saw that he had the scorpion tail. That's what I'm trying to get at. I saw that in his genes he had the scorpion tail, and I was very impressed with that. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try to have you mate with my one other female that is also, one other female that's fertile. So then I go to the male and I look into his genes. I see he has the blind eye and his inactive genes, and he has shortened eyesight. I can't speak today. Forgive me. But yeah, then I look over and then I think really hard, and I'm like, you know what might help me on this island is the nimble fingers, because maybe I'll come across some coconuts, some acorns, something. So now I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have nimble fingers. So now I try to mate. Unfortunately, it's unsuccessful. You know, and I pass the day as it rains, and the rains bring back food. So then I finally mate, and then she makes a nest. I have her collect food. I have him collect food. I have, you know, the unfortunate, unfertile female collect food and collect grass. I skip the day. You know, the baby's born. Unfortunately, she is sick, and then I didn't realize it before. I look into the genes now. I see that they both have the same immunity genes, i.e. So then I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit, and I'm like, all right, so I mated with the wrong, well, not really wrong, but I didn't really have much of a choice, because at this point I'm at survivability, and I'm trying to survive in the new island, you know, so I had to. Unfortunately, the offspring was sick of having either EE or II genes. I didn't take a look, but then, you know, as I'm trying to collect food, there's a Berryina that comes sneaking up onto the, you know, other female that's all by herself, you know, so then I have her try to attack him, and then unfortunately she dies because the Berryina kills her. And then I see that there's a friendly Berryina nearby, so then I think, okay, so if I get rid of the adults, then I could be friends with the Berryina, and then I could unlock new traits. So that's what I'm thinking. And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, so this female, the new offspring female, needs to go up to higher ground so she can call for wild animals. So then, you know, I have, you know, the parents collect food, as much food as they possibly can, you know, and then the Berryina kills somebody. It's not anybody in my tribe, but the Berryina kills somebody, because I definitely heard that cry for help. And then I look into my senses, and then I see that there is another creature right behind the Berryina. A neutral creature. It's not a rogue male, at least, so it's somebody. Unfortunately, the mother did die because of old age. So, you know, I have the son move out of the nest, and then I have the father collect berries and remove grass. And then right about now, the Berryina shows up, and then I go into my senses again. Well, I first attack the creature. Then I check to see his health. I go to my senses, and I see that there's two unfriendly Berryinas and one friendly Berryina that looks like he could be maybe a teen. But of course, I'm not worried about him right now, because right now I'm more worried about survivability, being able to survive on the island at least. So I'm trying to fight off this Berryina. Unfortunately, you know, then the other Berryina comes up right behind my male, and you know, now I'm stuck with either picking more food, which is something that I need, or attacking the Berryina. So I decide to collect more food and then attack the Berryina. And then I see that the friendly Berryina is still behind the one of the enemy Berryinas. And he looks like he's an adult now. But I don't know if I could tame him because, like, right now I'm far away, and so the male gets killed. So I'm stuck with brother and sister, and I didn't want to incest because the brother is a little too young to be mating. Number one. Number two, he doesn't have any collecting skills. And I just realized that, like, right when I put the male, I put the brother right by the berry bush, and I realized that I couldn't collect because he didn't have the runner leg or nimble fingers. So I got disappointed, and then I had the female go up on the stump and call for wild animals. Of course, the one female showed up, and then I was looking around on the island to see what else was available for me. I tried attacking the berry bush, didn't get me anywhere. So then I skipped the day again, and then unfortunately I didn't have enough food for everybody. So here I am. I'm trying to call for wild creatures. Of course, I can only feed one creature by now. I killed off a bunny, so I got some food, but I don't have a lot of food. So I don't get much of anywhere. So I try to call for more wild animals. Of course, that one wild animal that came, she's right by the stump, but I need like either another male. I mean, she is a female, but I only have five feet like food, and like, yeah, okay, I can give her 5 berries, but then I'm not gonna have any more berries for me to have. So then I tried to save up on food because I need it the most. And then I unlocked a new gene, that being the peacock tail, and I thought that would be helpful in my situation. Of course, I couldn't use it, so I tried having the male go up onto the stump because the sister died, and I tried having the brother call, and of course some creatures did come, but I couldn't do anything about it. And then this is where I die. So I die here. I died on the whale island, and I decided to restart the game with the same bloodlines, keep unlocked genes and islands, because I really felt happy about how far I went with the island being a whale, not a cold climate like I thought it was previously. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to start over. I'm going to start over because I was happy with the genes, I was happy with the islands, and then I started getting ideas. I started getting ideas of like, hey, I want to colonize a whole island before sending some of the offspring, or some of the younger creatures off to the newer islands. And here I am looking around at this new island that I just started off with. I pick off some berries. I have the young ones pick up berries and collect grass. And so my next plan of action here, I'm going to colonize this island before I move on to the next island. Now, granted, this video is a little longer than I want it to be, but I have that for a reason. It's because I died at the whale island, and I felt like a 13-minute video would have been too short, and it wouldn't have been satisfying for me on a personal level. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and restart it. Instead of 2 videos in one, it's going to be 1 video. So I decided to do that. I'm experimenting here. Let's see how well this goes. So here I am, new island, new creatures, new bloodline, new immunity genes is what I mean to say. So you know, taking a look at the genes, making sure everything is good, everything is solid. I don't need to throw in like normal blood clotting, or I mean, I can't add in a high fertility gene or mutation because I haven't survived for 100 days yet in this save file. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and throw in mutations. I thought of some mutations I wanted, and I'm like, you know what, I want to fly. So I'm like, okay, so I throw in bat wings as one of the mutations, and then I threw in, I think I was nimble fingers. I don't exactly remember. Nimble fingers and eyesight, I think it was, I threw in. I don't exactly remember everything I threw in. I mean, I'm re-recording as I'm watching the video, and I was talking about like my plan of action as I was, you know, playing along here and re-recording. So forgive me, I was, you know, I can only remember bits and pieces of what just happened. But I think that's everybody. So I have the son. It's a big, long name. I have the son collect some grass, and then I have the father collect berries, you know, and then I try to grow in numbers, and then I try to, you know, move along. And then I find another female. Unfortunately, she is sick, but I noticed that her traits the traits, they might line up with hers to cause her to be sick, but then I looked at everybody else's genes, immunity genes, and I noticed that she won't be an issue with mating any of the males in my tribe because nobody else has the C immunity gene. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so she would be a good creature to invite into the tribe. So I hope, you know, I cross my fingers and hope that she stays where she is overnight, in which case she does. And then I invite her into my tribe, and then I find out that there's a berry bush that she was collecting on right next to her. So then I have the son invite her, I have the son remove some grass, and then I have the other son, the brother, if you will, go over right next to his brother and collect grass. And then I have the female go a relatively safe distance away from the tribe so that way she doesn't make anybody else sick. And then I put her right next to a rock, and then I removed the grass from the rock, hoping that I would get some nesting materials. I didn't, but that's okay. As I'm clearing the path and clearing area, so that way hopefully no Barrienas would come by. And then here I am looking at the genes. I'm looking into her genes. I see that she has the venomous fangs. I get very impressed by that. Unfortunately, she did have a deformed paw, so that would hinder the, you know, the traits, the passing on traits. But she had many good traits that I did like. She had the ram horn. She had the peacock tails, even though if it doesn't really have an effect on females, in an inactive trait, you know. But I was thinking, hey, that would be good. So I also saw that she had the shortened eyesight, so I added in the eyes and the nimble fingers to her mutations. I think I forgot to add in mutations to the father, but I put him next to the female and have them mate, and then I had her build a nest, you know, and then I have everybody else either collect grass or collect food, and then I have the two main mating pairs mate again, so, you know, as I'm trying to build up in numbers. I'm trying to build up my, you know, my tribe members. So here I am, you know, I'm you know, trying to figure out what I want to do here, and I go to the brother slash first son slash father, and I have him collect food, and then I have, you know, everybody else either move around and collect grass and food, you know, and then I check on the, you know, child there, and I see, you know, I have her collect some grass. Then a peaceful bear comes, you know, this is a peaceful bear, he's not gonna attack, you know, And then I have the son. I noticed that he has the venomous fangs, poison fangs, so I was very happy with that. You know, he could fish, he has the fishing ability, he has the cracking ability, he has the collecting abilities, and I had him move out of the nest. And then I had one of the other males mate with her. I didn't have the original male mate with her. I had the white male mate with the female. And you know, I had him come over here. I remembered mutations this time, because then I looked into their genes, and then I saw some stuff that I thought I would have wanted to get rid of. Then I remember the bat wings. I remember that I wanted the bat wings, because I remember I wanted the ability to fly in the save file. So I'm like, okay, so I want to fly. So I remember, and then I checked to make sure she had mutations, and I had the mate. You know, it wasn't successful the couple 3 or 4 times that they were mating, but you know, eventually that was successful. Then I had the youngest son move over to the nearest berry bush that the female was, you know, by. So then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have him mate with her when he's old enough, and I have him collect some berries. And I skipped a day after I had, you know, the original pairs mate and collect berry bushes. So then I had, you know, him go over and, you know, find a bunny hiding in the grass. And, you know, so I had the original mating pairs. Not necessarily mate, but I just had them collect from a berry bush, destroy a berry bush to try to get the attack up, so that way I can hopefully, you know, be able to unlock the claw gene in the mutations menu. So then I am having the young ones collect either grass or berry bushes, and then I have the female try to dig, because I also want to unlock the digging paw. So, you know, I have that. And, you know, this is just something that I'm like, okay, so I need to find either another male, or I have to have the male mate with one of the males that's not... I mean, technically it would be kind of incesting, but not really. I mean, Tonku, I think that's how you pronounce his name. The guy with the poison fangs and the black mane. Tonku isn't really related to the youngest female in the tribe. I mean, he kind of is, because he's a cousin, kind of, sort of, maybe half brother. Because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to incest anyways in this game sometimes. At least I will, because I'm just not that good in the game. But besides, semantics, you know. So, you know, I try to go into the mutations, and then I'm like, okay, so I want the medium body, and then I want attractive, the peacock tail, so I can hopefully attract more females, or like the other. I was hoping I could attract more animals in my tribe, you know, no matter what the gender is. If it's a male, then I hope I could attract more females. If it's a female, I hopefully could attract more males. Unfortunately, in this game, it doesn't work that way necessarily, because in the female trait of the peacock trait, it has no effect. So I don't know if that's just a real thing in nature, or if that's just the game saying, hey, this is not a thing that does anything just yet. So then I try to use up all the energy points, you know, on everybody, all the energy points I could. And then I skipped a day. I try to basically colonize. This is just what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to colonize this whole island. I'm trying to clear the grass. I'm trying to collect more food. I'm trying to raise my tribe members up in numbers. I'm trying to unlock more traits. So I'm doing the best that I can to really colonize this island before I go over to the new one. And I'm trying my best to unlock all the traits that I possibly can. I'm trying to, you know, see what I can do about the bat wings. And then I see that, that one of the offsprings has a deformed paw as well as bat wings. So it's a little unfortunate. But, I still try to go on with collecting food. I try to get a system down where it's like, okay, I'm going to have some creatures go looking for food. I'm going to have some creatures looking for other creatures. I'm going to have some creatures mate. I'm going to have, so I try to have like a system down where I'm like, I get it down and I'm like, okay, so you are going to collect grass. You're going to go exploring the island, make sure there's nothing bad that spawns. Stuff like that. I'm going to have you two mates, that way, numbers will go up. And I have you collect grass, so that way I can get more nesting materials. I'm going to get more food, that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to get a system going. Because when I get a system going, I'm really, solid. I'm good to go. And then I see that there's a Barina, that came onto the island. So then I have Tonku try to attack with his poison fangs. And then I try to have the youngest son, I try to have him move into the tall grass so he's safe. Ranu, I think his name is Ranu. I had him move off the nest, but I have him move off, not next to the Barina because I didn't want the Barina to kill my son, as he's only a baby. So then I try to, collect berries. I try to get some of my strongest tribe members over and next to the Barina, so that way they could fight the Barina. And I try to explore, I try to collect grass, collect food. I have the two main mating pairs mates. So I try to do different things. I find out that some of the creatures can't necessarily collect, but they can attack. So, that happened. So then I checked his attack, I do believe. No, I didn't. I just used up his energy points. Anyway, so, the sick mother died, and then I had Tonku attack the Barina, and then I had, Kirkduke run behind the berry bush to try to be safe, and I have Ranu in the tall grass so he doesn't get seen or attacked viciously. Then I have Taller, I think that's his name. I had Taller come over and lick the wounds off of Tonku and attack the Barina. And then I had Kirkyu collect some berry bushes. I had the female, the youngest female run, to one of her older sister's side and try to collect grass. And then I had the main mating pairs, collect food. So yeah, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to basically just build up a system, get a system going, whereas like I'm collecting food, I'm attacking any enemy creatures that spawn nearby. I try to heal any other creatures. I try to collect any grass. I try to explore the island, because my plan is that I'm going to colonize the whole island that I'm in at the moment, and I'm going to try to colonize that before I move on to the next island. That's basically my new plan of action. I'm going to try that. I don't know how successful I would be, but I'm trying that. And here I am going into the mutations. I'm trying to see what mutations I want to add, and then I just throw in some mutations by random, the brown chestnut fur, and then I add the nimble fingers just by random. So here I am. I'm just making sure everybody has, you know, mutation skills. I had Ranu attack and kill a rabbit, you know. So I had Kirk Duke collects meats from that berry. You know, he's a fully grown adult, so he doesn't have to hide anymore. And I had Tonku with some mutations of ram horns and the claw, which is new mutations that I've unlocked by attacking said rabbit. So that's what I do. And then I have the female Tear. I have her mate with Tonku. And then I have her clear some grass to just uncover a berry bush. So basically all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to, you know, have a system going. There is gonna be a part 2 of this video. May not be uploaded till next week. Because I'm trying to wrap things up now in my recording. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you guys are, you know, looking forward to next time in this video. Part 2 is when I'm going to go on to the next island.
You know it's getting dark inside my head. I feel there's something that is talking to me now.
If you guys enjoyed the video, like it if you will. Don't like it if you don't like it. It's not my problem. Haha. It's being sarcastic. Over and out.